Uh, Thank you for all the participants to join us after this wonderful session that we have prior to this session. It gives me immense pleasure and honor to welcome you all participants, and also uh, it's an honor to have Mandar Apte ji here with us. Uh, I welcome you all on behalf of ARSD College, Atma Sanatan College and Ramanujan College, and my entire team, and our respected principal, Professor Gyantosh Kumar Jha, and IQAC in charge, Professor Vinita Tuli, and the entire team. We welcome everybody, and we welcome Sir for this 2 weeks online interdisciplinary refresher course on holistic empowerment for stress management, a multidisciplinary approach, integrating literature, arts, social sciences, and medicine. This is day 3, and it's the last session, 4th session, and we have almost 200 plus participants. Before we start the session, it gives me great pleasure to welcome and introduce to our participants our next resource person, Mandar Apte ji. Mandar Apte ji is the director for Cities4Peace. It's an international association for human values. He'll be talking to us today on the topic reduce stress and enhance well-being using meditation practices. Mandarji currently manages Cities4Peace. It's a strategic peace-building initiative of the Art of Living Foundation. Prior to this, he has worked for Shell for nearly 2 decades. So by training and by education, Mandarji is an engineer. He has his degree of chemical engineering from University of Mumbai, and also petroleum engineering from University of Tulsa, USA. He nearly worked 20 years with Shell in Houston, USA. Sir is the producer and director of a very world-renowned documentary, From India with Love, that promotes India's culture, wisdom, and traditions as a catalyst to promote peace and nonviolence. For over 2 decades, he's been in this work. He's dedicated his life to this work. Mandarji has taught leadership programs using meditation practices, and I'm sure he's going to share this with us today. He's here for that also. I'm really looking forward to that, sir. He has worked for International Association for Human Values and the Art of Living Foundation. Mandarji, as in his own words, if I just say, he says that we stand at a critical moment in history where leadership is no longer just about managing, but transforming. In a world fractured by uncertainty, conflict, and polarization, purpose-driven leaders have the power to inspire and reimagine possibility. Drawing from over 2 decades of working with diverse organizations like Shell, United Nations, and the city of Los Angeles, he says, I have discovered how purpose-driven strategies can unlock human potential, bridge divides, and create lasting impact. Mandarji calls himself a social innovator, a storyteller, and a meditation teacher. He's also a fellow with the Royal Society of Arts. He believes in inspiring leaders to change makers, to reimagine their purpose and impact. I'm sure, sir, we are going to gain great from you. There's one very interesting part that he has worked with LAPD officers. So I'm also really looking forward to, and our participants are really looking forward to know about your experiences working with the police community and how you have helped in, because I was just going through one of your anecdotes. You say that you were talking about the amount of violence that was there and how you have worked closely with the police department in USA, LAPD. So, sir, we would really look forward for your sharing. Now, I think, go on and on his association and his work. So not keeping not coming in between the participants and such a vibrant and important personality that we have here, sir. So, Mandarji, I was just reading before we start. I was just reading one of your, I think, anecdotes and speech where you say that deeply pained by the ongoing violence, he quit his job at Shell and led a group of Americans on a pilgrimage to India seeking new tools, wisdom, and inspiration that was captured in a documentary film From India with Love to reinvigorate nonviolence in America. We are really honored to have you here who has worked in the corporate world and who has worked so closely with institutions and agencies and who has understood the entire problem of violence, stress, and how our Indian values, wisdom, and meditation has been helpful to curb that, or at least to control that. So, in your very own word, that if ever you have to choose, choose love and be the change. So, I welcome you, sir. I welcome you, sir, on behalf of our principal, Professor Gyantosh Kumar Jhaji, and our entire team of ARSD College and Ramanujan College. So, the stage is all yours. And before signing out, and I'm here whole time, so if you can just let me know the topic that you're going to speak on. I'll just mention this. It's reduce stress and enhance well-being using meditation practices. So, Mandar sir, आपका खैर मकदम है. Welcome. The stage
Thank
is all
you.
yours.
Thank you, Dr. Mubin, and this invitation in this time of chaos and turbulence. It is good to know that somebody is caring for the educators. So usually, as parents, we send our children right from school days when the school bus comes to even now in colleges. As parents, we send our kids assuming that the teacher is stress-free, assuming that, the teacher will give their 100% to my child. And that is where I honor all of you, because I'm sure all of you have a plate full of challenges at home, at work, in the traffic that brings you to work. And so the dedication with which you must be serving, I'm sure students like me honor our professors and educators. So thank you for doing your work, firstly. Stress is something that, many people feel चाहिए थोड़ा थोड़ा तो स्ट्रेस चाहिए, थोड़ा तो प्रेशर चाहिए डिलीवरी के लिए. तो how much stress to allow into your system is very individual. That answer is um, very personal. Whatever stress I can manage, maybe some of you may not be able to manage. So during this session, I would like to maybe have a discussion about what you think is stress, because sometimes that stress is not with us, it is with the system that we work in, it is with people around us. And so our responsibility then is not only to recognize this fact, but also to guard ourselves so that the system doesn't corrupt us. Because एक बार हमारा दिल दिमाग करप्ट हो गया तो क्या एजुकेशन हम शेयर करेंगे ना. So sometimes it is not just managing our stress, this also includes managing the boundary so that other people's stress doesn't come into our life. Yeah. And that is a very delicate point. Let me start with a question. What are the signs that somebody can say that, yes, that person is stressed? Anybody would like to unmute and answer? And there is no right or wrong answer. So it can be your
maybe
answer.
in the chat box. Maybe in the chat box.
Yeah, that's also possible. Otherwise, it will become chaos. I agree. Raise your hand. If you can raise your virtual
Yeah,
hand,
and then
maybe
yeah,
easier.
maybe you can raise your hand, and then our technical team can
Physical and
unmute you.
emotional duress. Can you, Neha ji, can you just unmute and explain what you mean by that? नेहा
नेहा
सिंह।
जी, नेहा सिंह को अनम्यूट कर दीजिए। आबिद जी।
जी मैम।
प्रोक्रेस्टिनेशन, या बोलिए।
यू कैन अनम्यूट नेहा मैम।
नेहा जी आप बोल सकती हैं, आप
Hi, am I
अनम्यूट हैं।
audible?
यस प्लीज।
Hi, can you hear me?
यस वी कैन।
Yeah, so by duress, I mean I also mean manifestation of any kind of pain. Like, if you're experiencing, let's say, as simple symptoms like body pain or headaches or pains in different parts of bodies of your body, or emotionally you're feeling distressed, unable to cope. These are very, very simple symptoms. Of course, I mean there are many complicated manifestations too, but a very lay person terminology would be, pain.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for explaining. Thank you. Anything else? Procrastination. Yeah, you become lazy. You say, okay, इसमें क्या है?
प्रगति जी का अनम्यूट
Take
कर
it for
दीजिए।
granted. Anybody else?
प्रगति जी। Yeah, you can continue, sir. You can continue. Once she's
Yeah.
there.
So, from my experience, as soon as you start complaining, either about yourself or about the people around you or about the system, as soon as you get into that negative realm, anger, frustration, sadness, feeling of guilt, feeling of blamed, you can say that your system has started getting impacted by the stress around you. Otherwise, a normal person doesn't behave weirdly, right? So this could be a way to measure every night when you sleep at night. Are you sleeping peacefully? Are you sleeping with no negativity in your mind? Because if you don't take that responsibility, you will not sleep well. And if you don't sleep well, you will have all kinds of stress related ailments. Right? So that is one way to measure that. Do you want to carry this negativity in your mind when you go to sleep, or you want to park it just like you park your car in the garage? Right? Or you take your trash and you put it in your trash bin. You don't say my whole house is full of trash, right? You create a dedicated space where there is a trash and you dump it every day, right? So like this, one strategy will be keep some area where you dump all the negativity that you are collecting during the day. And you say, मुझे ये सब नहीं चाहिए, भगवान या whatever you believe in, ये आप ले लो, मुझे सोना है ठीक से. That is your responsibility. That nobody can do for you. Yeah. So let this be a point where you can actually practice from day one from today. Yeah. I'm going to share two videos to show you the impact that Indian wisdom, Indian culture, Indian traditions have made in America. Sometimes we need that recognition, right? And that makes us feel, यार ये हमारा culture है, हम भूल गए इसको. So I'll share one video to start with. Um, so this is a trailer of a film that I made several years ago. Because in America, as you know, there is a lot of gun violence. And that gun violence also now impacts the Indian community as well, because we are part and parcel of that American ecosystem. So what I did during this film is I brought some people who are victims and perpetrators of violence. So both sides of the gun, people who have been impacted by gun violence and people who have actually promoted violence and murder, on a journey to India with me to learn how to heal themselves more effectively. So just watch this 3-minute trailer. Can you hear the sound?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
This time, gunfire aimed at elementary school children. There are 27 victims, 20 children, 7 adults.
Violent weekend in Chicago has left 11 people dead and 60 wounded in shootings across the city.
Then at 8:45, just a mile from City Hall, shots ring out.
The person who has influenced my life in terms of action more than anybody is Mahatma Gandhi.
I fear that I will bury one of my sons. I fear that.
A kid who had a bad childhood, who was in a lot of pain, and wanted the whole world to feel that pain.
One of my children dying, being brutally murdered.
Being here in India for this time has been spaciousness to breathe and to slow down.
That's the rebirth, baby. So you come back to life.
Choose love.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
So during this filmmaking, I discovered a whole new India, an India that I maybe take for granted or it's right under my nose. But there is something special about our land, very special. Having traveled maybe 50 countries, here, you know, every panwala is a Brahmagyani. You may or may not agree with me, but every villager has that eternal love. They will share their meal even if they don't have any food themselves. This is very rare. It's not, doesn't happen in other countries, yeah. And so that is where my own journey began, is to look for, hey, how can I be a messenger of India? A messenger of my tradition, my culture, my wisdom. And that is what I will use as the basis for this workshop. So I'm going to share some slides, walk you through some slides, and see if this provokes any discussion. So I don't want to talk about this slide too much, but you only have to be deaf and dumb and mute and disconnected so much to disagree with me that this is the state of the world. This is the state of probably every country in the world, where we are facing violence, polarization, conflict at every level of society, right from children who are getting impacted by their phones and the content, to young people with drugs, with vaping. There is depression, there is domestic abuse. And what I want to focus on is, I don't want to remain a bystander. I can't change the world, but can I build my capacity so that I am not a bystander? I am putting my time in promoting happiness and peace and compassion. So what intrigues me and what excites me for this session is if I can share a little bit about what I have learned and empower you, then you can spread this message in your classroom, at least 100 students per educator. That is my hope, and that is why we will have this as a 2-session journey. Today we will learn something, practice something. I'll give you some homework. Next week again, we will come and reflect on your own progress and if I can be of any help in building your capacity. So that is the program. This is a little bit about me that Dr. Mobin has already shared. This is a little bit about my teacher. This person, of course, doesn't need any introduction in India. But often, we take our gurus for granted. And I met Shri Shri Ravi Shankar ji in 2003 in Houston. And I was surprised at his portfolio. He has not only founded an organization that brings people together using breathing meditation practices, but he has been honored by civilian honor by so many governments across the world that sometimes, हम अपने ही बैकयार्ड में जो फल उग रहा है उसको भाव नहीं देते ना, वैसे मुझे नहीं बनना था. I wanted to know and I met him and I interviewed him. And for me, I was convinced that, wow, I want to be part of this. So now I run an organization where we provide these workshops for civic educators and civic leaders across the world for 3 things. 1, enhancing mental and social well-being. Second, bringing people together, which is an art by itself. And third, empowering people to find their own peace solutions, not telling them to do something that they should do, but let them discover what they should do as an individual or a community. So these are our ways of teaching, our ways of educating from inside out, you can say. Right. So now what we need, people that need to come on this journey are leaders, people who want to discover a new path, who don't want to be led by media, misinformation, disinformation, but you want to navigate your own path. And that is a trait of a leader. An educator, people, you are also leading, you are also directing the lives of at least 100 students, if I may guess. So now you need to feel like a leader and you need to now build your own leadership capacity, right? And that leadership capacity requires 2 things. 1, it cannot be lukewarm. It has to be intense. And second, it is a journey, not a destination. So you have to find people on the way. You have to stop, take rest on the way so that you become more effective tomorrow, right? That is how you should measure. Like yesterday, say, aaj, am I more happy? Am I more inspirational to my students? So what I would like to ask you now in a chat is, what are the 3 qualities of a good leader? Educator is a leader. So assuming that you have 100 students, what do you think you are being judged at when you are standing up in the front? You are teaching. So what do you think are the 3 qualities that you need to develop yourself or constantly develop yourself?
Any participant? Kalyani
Domain
Rajan ji?
Domain knowledge. I completely agree with you. Completely agree with you.
Mandar ji, you want me to unmute them or you just...
No, they let them write on the chat. If I don't understand, then I will ask them to be unmuted.
Okay, great. Yeah, Kalyani Rajan ji has written domain knowledge, empathy, inclusivity.
To take blame of the team failure. Yeah, that's a sign of a leader, right? That's the sign of a leader. That तुम अगर मेरे स्टूडेंट हो, मेरा एडवाइजर मुझे ये बोला था एक्चुअली ग्रेजुएट स्कूल में कि अगर तुम सेमिनार बाहर प्रेजेंट कर रहे हो और तुमने झूठ भी बोला, मैं ताली बजाऊंगा उधर बट अंदर तू बाहर आएगा ना तो पीटूंगा तुझे. So motivating students, yeah. Constant learning, the mindset of constant learning, yeah.
Yeah, Ruchika ji keh rahi hai, constant learning, yes.
To practice and teach empathy for a better class and better world. Yes, Vikas ji, nice. To be considerate of problems. Yes. Innovate and inclusive. Yeah. Challenge our own bias. Yeah. Our own inhibitions. Yeah. To think creatively, which, the system doesn't allow you to be creative. Or maybe some people might say system itna messed up hai ki we have to be creative.
I think Sangeeta Das ji also has something. She's saying paying equal attention to all to see the best in each one.
New innovative methods. Yeah. Yes. Okay, wonderful. That is great. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. I'll go back to my slides. So in order to develop these qualities, whatever you have written, pressure does come in our life, right? That keeps you away from being more empathetic, more innovative, more kind, more flexible, right? These two types of scenarios do show up in my life. That अरे बाप रे कितना काम बाकी है, ये भी करना है, वो भी करना है, ये भी करना है. I wish I had more hands. और second thought, like मेरी सासू कितना प्रेशर दे रही है मुझे. My God, I'm so tired. I wish my brain blows out. Right? So there will be somebody that will keep you on that pressure point. Whether it's your kid, husband, driver, kamwali, sasu, whatever that may be, right? It will stretch you. So this is where our learning begins. So we need to learn that we are not just our human body. Okay. And this wisdom you will only get in India. People, when you talk to them, they will say, what are you talking about? But in India, our DNA knows this. So what I'm going to share, none of you should say, मुझे ये कुछ मालूम नहीं था. तुम्हारे DNA में है ये कि मैं सिर्फ शरीर नहीं हूं. मेरे शरीर के अलावा I have other faculties of my existence. Second faculty is my breath. I am breathing in and out the same air that Jesus was breathing, Buddha was breathing, Dalai Lama is breathing, right? The same air comes in my nose, same air goes in other people's nose. We are actually united in that realm of our breath. Third level of my existence is my mind, of my man. Now, I cannot show my mind, but I can feel it. It has thoughts, it has emotions, it has feelings. It is in the past, in the future, right? So that faculty is my mind. Then I have another faculty called my intellect. I'm speaking to you now. There is a dialogue happening inside your head. You are either agreeing with Mandar or you are saying, नहीं नहीं ये पागल है, क्या बात कर रहा है ये, झूठा है ये. Right? So this conversation that is happening, that you are agreeing with me, you are nodding your head, yeah. No. In that book, there were 9 levels. This is your intellect. The sharper your intellect, the better choices you will make in your life. The 5th layer is my memory, meri yadash. 6th layer is my ego, often understood as I am so smart that other people are dumb. But ego also is I am no good, other people are better than me. Both is an manifestation of the ego. Now, ego is part of your existence. You cannot say, I want no ego. That becomes another ego. So ego is a faculty that makes you feel different from people around you. Either I am so good, other people are no good, or I am no good, other people are better. What has this faculty done? It has created a separation. I am different from you. So if you want to feel love, unconditional love, this ego has to drop or transcend rather. You should live such that there is no barrier. And that is the space where teaching happens at its best. It's actually no longer teaching anymore. It's sharing. right? When you feel you are not different from the student. And the final level of existence is my self. You can call it Atma, you can call it divine, you can call it God, you can call it the force. So these 7 levels of existence, stress happens because of the outer world. Outer world has 3 things. There is no 4th thing. People in my life, either I have good people in my life or not so good people in my life. Situations, either I have good situations in my life or not so good situations. And objects, either animate objects or inanimate objects, either I have them or I don't. So this outer world creates a tension in the inner world. So what is the inner world? The inner world consists of the 4 inner faculties: mind, intellect, memory, and ego. So stress, of course, stress can be in the body, as was shared by one of your colleagues. Definitely stress will be in the body, in the neck area, eyes, and you will have to take some care of the body, massage treatment, acupuncture. But these 4 inner faculties often we ignore. That stress can also percolate in these 4 inner faculties. For example, stress in the mind, this we all kind of know that okay, stress आता है, tension आता है, डर लगता है, एंजाइटी होती है, आगे क्या होगा, आगे क्या होगा. पर आपने अगर कुछ सीखा है, मतलब मेडिटेशन करना सीखा है, स्ट्रेस फ्री लिविंग सीखा है, तो आप लेफ्ट साइड से राइट साइड जाने का मार्ग आपको मालूम है. आपको कोपिंग टेक्नोलॉजी मालूम है. आप इस्तेमाल करते हो या नहीं वो अलग बात है, बट एटलीस्ट आपने कुछ सीखा है. हाउ टू बी मोर काम, हाउ टू बी मोर सेंटर्ड, हाउ टू बी मोर हैप्पी. Somebody may not have learned it. That is why they are stressed. Second layer, intellect. Somebody is so judgmental, so biased, so inhibition that no matter what you tell, they will launch on you. Because of whatever their past experience has been, they are an expert. They will say, nahi, ye pagal hai kya hai, kabhi hoga hi nahi. But you might not choose to live that way. You might say, अरे मुझे ऐसा नहीं लेना है. I want to learn how to be non-judgmental, because नया idea जो होता है वो कभी perfect नहीं होता है. So I have learned how to accommodate imperfection. So ये भी एक axis हो गया. कोई लेफ्ट साइड में है, कोई राइट साइड में है, पर ये पर्सनल जर्नी है. You cannot force people on this journey. Person who is stressed will be on the left side of the journey. Now, memory layer. Again, this stress can also be in the memory layer. Somebody might remember failure. They will be very risk averse because yes, they did something and something failed. But भैया, कभी भी आप risk नहीं लोगे फिर. So maybe some of you have learned that अरे ये negativity ना memory मेरी तो वाट लग रही है. ये भूलना चाहिए मुझे, ये failure भूलना चाहिए. I need to learn from the past. I need to be free of the past impressions. So someone who has not walked on this left-hand side to right-hand side will be stressed. And finally, ego. Somebody who is saying, you know, I am PhD in chemical engineering, I know it all. Or they are saying, मैं बुद्धू हूँ यार, मेरे को कुछ अक्ल नहीं है. But you may have learned that अरे अक्ल किधर से भी आ सकती है. I can learn from anything. Anybody can, a child can come and teach me. So somebody who has not walked the journey from left to right, that person is stressed. So this is where we are different. And that is where you may have this experience that outer world is the same. Okay, traffic jam में आप अटक गए हो. But inner world different है, इसीलिए हमारा reaction different है. कोई हॉर्न बजा रहा है, पै पै पै, कोई कंप्लेन कर रहा है, दिल्ली मेयर, दिल्ली ट्रैफिक. कोई खुद पे ही ब्लेम कर रहा है कि अरे मैं बार बार मेरे चॉइसेस रॉन्ग होते हैं, मेट्रो लेना चाहिए था यार, वेस्ट कर दिया मैंने टाइम. मैं ऑलवेज आई एम बैड इन चॉइसेस. सो आउटर वर्ल्ड will impact our inner world, and that is your responsibility. how to be stress-free at the level of the mind, intellect, memory, and ego, so that you can be better, more healthy, more effective, more impactful. So let me just pause, because you know what happens with, if you don't manage your inner world stress, it directly impacts your immunity. Directly. You don't need to go to the doctor. Yeah, you can feel it that I'm not feeling well. Actually, nothing has happened. You just have no capacity to cope anymore. और वो प्रेशर, like I said, सिस्टम में कहाँ से भी आ सकता है. ओके, सो वेलबींग में इम्पैक्ट होता है कि अपने नर्वस सिस्टम में दो टाइप का नर्वस सिस्टम होता है. एक पैरासिम्पैथेटिक बोलते हैं उसको, एक सिंपैथेटिक बोलते हैं. फाइट और फ्लाइट बोलते हैं. राइट साइड ऑफ द ग्राफ ऑफ द इमेज, लेट्स से you see a rope. The person who is stressed, mind, intellect, memory, ego, stress, he might think it's a snake and he will run away from it. Or he might take a stick and start beating the rope. But if you are having that inner well-being and your peace system is stronger, then you might tell yourself, मंदार यार, कुछ डरने का जरूरत नहीं है. It's just a rope. Relax, Mandar. Relax. Everything is in control. This inner voice, you can call it as a peace system. And everyone can access and develop your peace system. But we don't know how to do it because that is not part of our education system. Education system में क्या होता है? Mind में stress आता है ना, तो लोग बोलते हैं अरे chill यार, चला जाएगा, मर जाएगा तू. रिलैक्स. बट अरे मेरे एंगर, मेरा गुस्सा कम कैसे होगा? वो टेक्नोलॉजी सीखना है मुझे. मैं जजमेंटल हूँ, मेरी याददाश्त ना सर फेलियर, ऑल माय नेगेटिव ट्रॉमास आई एम रिमेम्बरिंग. हाउ आई वांट टू फॉरगेट इट? हाउ? This is where you need some tools, you need some frameworks so that you can feel empowered that, hey, this, I want to walk on this journey. Nobody can force it. For whose sake? For your sake, for nobody else's sake. So let me just pause and let me see if we can have a discussion. Stop sharing. Let's see if anybody has a question for me.
Yeah, dear participants, if anybody has any questions till this point.
Questions or even comments, like if
even
you like the
comments,
framework,
questions.
if you think it is applicable for you, if you do not like it, if you want to understand something that maybe you're confused.
Please let us know. We'll unmute you also. I think we have one.
Making sense so far. Thank you, Kalyani, Dr. Kalyani. Anyone else?
It's good, simple, and powerful. Dr. Priyanka Kulhari.
Okay.
I had Mandarji, I was just thinking that you were talking about the access to your peace system. We are not having that access to our peace system. And you mentioned that it's not part of our education system. So as teachers, I'm sure my fellow, the participants here would, I mean, how being in the system itself, like in NDP, we have many new things that has been introduced that talks about mindfulness, etc. So, like you said, that you have to be in this system, you can't leave the system also. So how as teachers, we can try to access that part, what can be our exercise to do that? I mean, this is my observation.
That's the rest of the session and next week. So
okay.
Hold on to your question.
Okay. And I think
Dr. Rohit Kumar Srivastav is saying, if any close family member is very ill, how can we be calm in this situation? Sir, it is a very difficult situation for that person. And my thoughts if you are going through that, my positive thoughts are with you. How can one be calm? That is what we will learn. Okay. If you apply the techniques that I will teach, you will be calm. So if your question is, how can we be calm? I'll be able to help you. If your question is, why should I be calm? Then just think about it. If you are the caregiver and if you become distressed, then sab to vishwas to aap pe hai na sabka. So if your question is, why should one be calm? Then for everybody's sake, you should be calm. How to be calm, I will teach you. So just hold on. Sir, kindly tell minute difference between memory, intellect, and mind. Yes, Dr. Sharma, it is a very minute difference indeed. And think of it like 4 legs of a chair. Once you pull one leg of the chair, the whole chair comes with you, right? It's the same with these inner faculties also. So there is a minute difference. Mind is thinking about past and future, feelings, judgments. Intellect is like a processor. It is analyzing good, bad, yes, no, right, wrong. She is horrible. She is great. I am no good. I am so good. It's a processor, right? It's using judgments. Memory is yaddash, and yaddash is very beautiful. If you analyze this yaddash, it remembers negative incidences more than it remembers positive incidences. It is the nature of the yaddash. Just like the nature of fire is to grow up, the nature of water is to go down, the nature of yaddash, memory, is to cling the negative more than positive. For example, I'll give you an example. Have you had an experience where you were good friends with someone? Okay, amazing friendship. You went for parties, dinners, movies, birthday celebration, walk in the park, right? Hee ha hoo. And then something happened and then no longer friends. Have you had that experience in your life so far with anybody? Yes or no?
I'm sure. Yes,
Obviously,
definitely. There
right?
must
That's
be
life.
people. Yes, yes.
Obviously.
Yes.
Now, if you analyze what happened, my memory or that person's memory chose to remember 1 or 2 not so good incidences. And my memory or that person's memory forgot 100 good incidences we did together. Right? That's the mechanics of showing you the play of the memory. The memory will cling to the negative and make it blow up. कुछ छोटा चीज हुआ होगा, बर्थडे में डॉक्टर मुबिन ने आपको कॉल नहीं किया, आपका मेमोरी सोचेगा अरे यार मैं तो इसको हर बार कॉल करता हूँ बर्थडे, ये तो मुझे कभी कॉल नहीं करती है, बस ये हो गया और उससे रिलेशनशिप दूर हो गया. Right? So you have to be very careful. You cannot do anything about it. You just have to be aware of it. And am I retaining more negative than positive? That's it. You can be aware of it. Only then you can drop it. Okay, if any close member has negative thinking and ego, yeah, Dr. Sangeeta Agarwal, that happens in most people, including my home. So what you can do is build your own capacity of that inner world. So that we will talk later today, yeah.
I think, Mandarji, the next question by Trilochan Jaina ji. Students are committing suicide out of stress. Please suggest.
Yeah, Dr. Tilochan, wait for a while. We will talk about the solution only. And the call to action will be for all you educators. If you like this session and the next session, reach out to me to build your capacity to be the point of light. Yeah, that is this education of mind well-being education can be integrated even if you are a history professor, can be integrated even if you are teaching physics, chemistry, biology, because what we are talking about is the human being. So if you don't want to be a robot and you don't want your children to be a robot, then this education you can also learn and add. You don't have to be yoga teacher. So far, what did I tell you something that you don't know? I'm talking common sense. India's talented and talented giving yarn that even parents can teach. Yeah. If son and daughter not doing well, how can we remain calm in this situation? Dr. Keshari, again, like I said, you can't but build your own inner world. How can we remain calm? I will teach you. Should you remain calm? 100% yes, because they are looking up to you. You can only inspire them to be good. You can't force them. That is the age we are living today. मेरे पेरेंट्स ने मेरे को डांट नहीं दिया मुंह से, पीटा भी, बट आजकल पीट नहीं सकते हैं, पुलिस आएगा. So you have to build your own capacity, my dear friend Dr. Keshari. Okay, yes,
I
yes,
think,
yes.
Mandarji, can we continue?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to check if I've answered every question. Yeah. What about agricultural labor to control the negative and calm? I don't understand your question. Okay. I don't understand the question. If you want to unmute, then I'm happy to listen.
Appala Naidu, he's from the economics department, Dr. Appala Naidu. Abhaji, can you just unmute him? So that you can.
Apla sir, you can unmute now.
Appala ji, आप अपना सवाल पूछें.
Yeah, sir. Yeah. Namaskar,
Yes,
sir.
Namaste.
Namaskar. My name is Naidu from RSC College only. I just observed, even personally experienced in my villages, some of the agriculture laborers, they are in agriculture labor, they stress more and more in terms of agriculture production, in terms of any other right related things. They are illiterates. How can they control their negativity and future, whatever it is? We are the educator, we know the other right things we have to learn. So how the agriculture laborers or other illiterate people have to do? That's what my question actually.
Sir, the knowledge that I'm sharing,
sir.
it cuts across every background of that person, right? So whatever I've shared, you can listen and understand it. You don't need to be from India. You don't need to be a man or woman specifically. You don't need to be one religion or another religion, one language or another language, right? We are sharing
right.
universal principle. This is Indian wisdom, Indian knowledge. This is universal, that
right.
anybody who is born will have 7 levels of existence. Anybody can understand outer world, inner world. So my suggestion is, if you feel passionate about this, after 2 sessions, if you like it, you reach out to me. I'll teach you. I'll give you this slide. You go and teach the demographic that you're passionate about. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
You don't need to be a yoga teacher. So far, have I told that you need to be a yoga teacher? No, anybody can teach this knowledge. Yeah. And that is the time we have to invest. And that is what excites me to come to this presentation, because if out of 200 of you, even if 2 say, yes, Mandar, teach me how to become a teacher of this knowledge, through your work, so many hundreds of people you will be able to inspire. Yeah. Okay, so now I want to show you something that hopefully will inspire you to do these exercises that I will teach. But I'll give you some context. So my film was premiered in Los Angeles, and about 450 people attended that screening. And I was invited by the Chief of Police, Los Angeles, to help them in the gang problem. So Los Angeles has beaches, Hollywood, but that's only the good side. There is a dark side to Los Angeles, that there is one murder happening in Los Angeles almost every day. So in a year, there are roughly 200 to 400 murders. And so what I did in this neighborhood, a very dark neighborhood, is I went and met with the gang leaders of opposite gangs, trained them in exactly this introductory class, that, okay, you have inner world, outer world, stress, right? Same language. And I said, I'm here to teach you some breathing meditation exercises. If you like it, come to my next workshop. So this is the last day of that workshop. covered by the local Los Angeles news, where I made these gangsters and police officers teachers of this knowledge. Yeah, that is what I hope some of you will get excited to also attend. So here is the play, and I hope this.
If LA can become the change, then it creates a ripple.
Can you hear the sound?
At first, these people were
Yes,
skeptical,
yes.
but
Yeah, we can.
eventually, all that floated away, and they became believers.
It helped me a lot with this exercise. We can come together as a community and, God, make it better.
It works. It got me to live in the now. It's a peaceful place.
These exercises arm everyone here with compassion, empathy, and self-control.
The breathing was good because it taught me how to relax and how to be with one within my body, mind, and soul.
If I can control my breathing, I can control my thoughts, therefore I can control my actions.
That includes officers out on calls.
We've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Who have to arrest people.
So anyone has any comments or reflections on this video?
Anybody? Participants? You can please share. If you want us, we can unmute you. Kalyani Rajan ji.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Great. We will put these two links in the chat box.
Yeah, I think if you can share, it would be shared on the participants Telegram group if that's okay with you. If these two links.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
Abid ji can do that, so that
Sure.
since we'll have
Okay,
another
let's
session.
go back. Let's go back to the slides. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so let's look at the solution side of this theory now. So let's think about a situation, okay? Let's think about any situation, a tough situation. You are going through a divorce. You are going through earthquake. You are going through a crisis, health crisis. How will be your emotions? Will they remain the same or they will change? They will change, right? You cannot be happy in those situations. You will be either upset, frustrated, angry, sad. Now you think about a positive situation. Your kid has been successful in his exams. You have taken them for a holiday. You like to eat ice cream. You go for ice cream party. Right? You're playing with children. You are having a great time doing your research. How will your emotions be? You will be in a happy state of mind, right? You will be positive, energetic. So every situation has a specific emotion, either positive or negative. What we fail to notice is every emotion correspondingly also has a specific breathing pattern. जैसे मुझे गुस्सा आया तो मेरा ब्रीदिंग कैसे हो गया? जैसे मुझे डिप्रेशन में आ गया मैं, I'm depressed, I'm sad. This is how I breathe. If I'm happy, how do I breathe? From your navel, the breath goes, smile comes on your face. Right? So now if you analyze every emotion, whatever the emotion may be, you will realize that every emotion has a breathing pattern of its own, specific. And reverse is also true. That using the breath, I can win over my mind. I can win over my emotions. If I don't, then I become weak emotionally, health-wise, etc., right? And then I let the situation dominate me. I speak bad words to my mom. My mom comes in my room and says, Mandar, clean your room, come for food. I say, Mom, I'm in the presentation. Get out. And then later when my mind calms down, I say, अरे बाप रे, क्यों बोल दिया मैंने मुंह से कुछ तो, sorry mom, I love you, sorry to hurt you, like ये हो जाता है क्योंकि इमोशंस का कंट्रोल अपने पे आ जाता है. The negative emotion controls you. So let me just pause the screen and see if this is common sense, but does it relate to you? Do you agree with it? Just give me thumbs up. You don't need to write, but
Yes, yes, definitely.
truly comment. Change that. Okay, Dr. Kalyan is.
Is it like the negative emotions impact more? The visibility of its reaction is more than the positive emotions? Just say some people are very.
Unless you choose to not let that happen. Yeah, negative impact is much more like we discussed already. Negative emotion coming out, that's the nature of the negative emotion. Positive emotion, like, people are peaceful, चल रहा है, अच्छा, खुश है हम लोग, but खुशी दिखाना नहीं जानते हम लोग.
Sometimes also if some people express their happiness, that's not taken as socially approved.
Because that sometimes in that happiness we lose sensitivity.
Mm-hmm.
So people around you may be in depression and you are experiencing happiness and you are saying, अरे भैया मजा करो, party करो, but अरे तुम्हारे बाजू वाले के whatever पेट में दर्द हो रहा है या वो divorce में जा रहा है, तू क्या बोल रहा है? So sometimes people who are happy, we are not sensitive.
Right.
Okay, so just to make this point, we have made a short video that we will also send you as a resource. So just bear with me. Where is that video? Do you see my screen?
The cornerstone of our methodology uses breath and meditation practices to reduce stress, heal trauma, and improve resilience. In this section, we will discuss how our emotions affect our behaviors. Our life is made up of numerous events. Some events give us pleasure, others that give us pain. While we may not be able to stop the events from happening, to some extent, we can shape the way they might affect us. There is a wise saying, pain is inevitable, however, suffering can be optional. We will now use an iceberg to help us visualize this concept. This iceberg is made up of 4 layers: our human needs, our emotions, our actions, and the result of our actions. Our actions and the result of our actions are above the waterline and hence can be seen by the outside world. Our needs and emotions are often not visible to the outer world. They are in fact so subtle that sometimes even we may not be aware of them ourselves. Our actions or behaviors are driven by our human needs and our emotions. Let me explain. We all have basic human needs. These can include love, kindness, compassion, mutual respect, security, safety. When our needs are met, we experience positive emotions like happiness, contentment, joy. On the other hand, when our needs are not met, we may experience negative emotions like anger, sadness, frustration. If our needs and emotions are not managed, then we tend to react to situations in our life in unproductive ways. By acknowledging and learning how to deal with our emotions, we can respond to situations rather than reacting to situations. Our breath can empower us to effectively manage our emotions. Just look back and remember a time when you felt angry. How do we breathe? When we get angry, our breath becomes quick, sharp, and short as we feel the heat of anger rising inside of us. What happens when someone is anxious? How do we breathe? Their breath becomes shaky and short. What happens when we get sad? How do we breathe? Our exhale is longer. We sigh. And now think of all those moments when we are happy. Like when we go to the beach to watch the sunset. How do we breathe? Then our breath is long and deep. So just like our emotions have specific breathing patterns, we can use the rhythms of our breath to manage our emotions. This is the science of our breath. This is the cornerstone of all our workshops, where we teach profound breathing techniques that help us to manage our emotions and improve the state of our mind and improve our energy levels and our mental well-being. By learning how to manage our emotions, we can respond to situations with grace and dignity rather than reacting to them.
Great, thank you. Any reflections on this video? I would love to hear.
It's beautiful, Mandarji.
It was made by a 19-year-old African-American young person who had been through a lot of trauma and then attended my workshop and offered this in exchange as a gift to other people who, yeah, sometimes you do need some visual stimulus, right? Otherwise, you don't relate to many things.
That's not a question, but it's just an observation. Sometimes trauma agonizes people, definitely. It's not a positive emotion. But how people react, like you said. So some people become more bitter and more violent, but there are people who become even more good, even more soft, even more positive. So why is that? Is it something to do with physiological upbringing, background? I mean, as a peace teacher, as a meditation teacher, what do you think that could be? Because reaction is what does it all make it different, right?
The answer is in the framework I already shared, that my mind, intellect, memory, ego complex is different from yours. I have put time, I have invested my time in developing my mind, intellect, memory, ego complex, such that if there is a traffic jam, I don't get kya pagal hai ye hai. But maybe you have not yet. So that is why your reaction and my response will be different. And the potential is that if you are working on yourself and if your mind, intellect, memory, ego complex is on the happy, compassionate side, which takes work, it's not easy, it takes work. If you really care about someone and they say, Dr. Mubin, kya pehna hai yellow color? Chi. If you really care for that person, instead of reacting, right, you might react. You might say, Mandar, who are you to tell me?
Right.
Look, what you are wearing? Orange?
Checks.
Checks. Right? So that's one kind of response. But if you truly care for the relationship, then you might say, Mandar, क्या हो गया यार तेरे को? चल आइसक्रीम खाने. क्या हो गया है? बोल, बात कर मेरे से, क्या हो गया है? What is really the issue? This requires you to have a big heart, big compassion, big lot of inner work, so that you are not taking my words as something that I'm saying to hurt you. You are saying to me, Mandar, what? Why are you hurt? What happened? चल मेरे साथ बात कर. चल आइसक्रीम खाने जाते हैं, चाय पीने जाते हैं. This is what will happen when you flourish internally.
Right.
That you will value all your relationships and not latch on to the words that they are saying. Yeah, and that is quite possible. The framework is still the same. Some people are naturally like that. Some people need to work towards it because of their trauma, the system, the pressure, whatever it is. That is your responsibility. Nobody else can do it for you. However loving I am, I can pray for you. I can say, Bhagwan, whatever you, God, give her positive energy. And it works. I'm not saying it will not work, but you will need to take the step of, I need to work on myself. I don't want to be negative. That is where we started this workshop. The workshop first homework was, tonight when you sleep, think about all the negative chow, 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 chow that is coming in your head. Whatever, it may be genuine. The situation is genuine, but you want to now say, Bhagwan, God, whatever, park it. I don't want to sleep with this. Right? That effort you will need to put.
There's something Dr. Vikas Sharma has shared. So, Mandarji, can we take question answers now, straightforward, like, or you have
No,
something
we are going
else
to do some breath work. We are going to do some
Okay.
exercise.
Yeah, let's do that. Then maybe we'll take few questions so that because this
Okay.
session, yeah. Okay,
So
please.
what will help is if some of you can actually show me your faces. Otherwise, I am just feeling like I am talking to Dr. Mubin.
Yes,
If you're
dear
able to
participants,
put on your video, because now we are going to learn how to breathe. I want to make sure that you are doing it correct. So if you can start your video.
Yeah, Jai Shankar ji is there. Apala ji is there. Geeta Devi is there.
Okay, great. Oh, Geeta Devi is in on some planet. Okay, wonderful. Great, thank you. So, first thought is that you are breathing anyway, right? Yes. So what we are going to do now is we are going to put our right hand on our chest, left hand on our belly. And I cannot see your belly. So you breathe into your belly fully and bloat your stomach. Don't be shy. Eh? Nobody is watching. Arre baap re, pet dekho kitna badh gaya. Right? So just like you take a Coca-Cola bottle, you take a straw and you drink, you're going to use your nose and breathe as slowly as you can and fill your lungs, fill your abdomen, fill your diaphragm, fill your navel consciously. Okay? So that stomach bloats, chest expands till you cannot breathe anymore. And then release your breath very slowly again till you can pull your navel inside. Yeah, so fast breath nahi, as slowly as you can. So let me also do it with you. Right hand on chest, left hand on the belly. And with the eyes closed, as you are doing this inhale and exhale, I want you to observe what happens to your body. Okay, so take your attention inward. So let's do it. Let's take a deep breath in, slow breath in, fill up your tummy, abdomen, bloat your stomach. Continue breathing, chest expands, diaphragm expands till you can't breathe anymore, and then you mindfully breathe out. Let go of the breath in the chest area, diaphragm, and squeeze your navel inside. That's one full breath. Now we will repeat it 10 times. Okay, take it at your own pace. Keep your eyes closed if you are feeling in a safe place. don't drive and do this exercise. Dr. Kiran, I thought you are driving. Okay. Otherwise, we'll be in trouble. Okay. All right. So just close your eyes. Feel safe. Nobody's watching you. Bloat your stomach. Fill air in your abdomen, chest, lungs. And breathe out. Till you squeeze your navel in. That's one full breath. And continue 7 more times. Breathe in. And now put a gentle smile on your face. Just like you welcome an honored guest in your home, your breath is like guest in your home. Welcome the breath with a smile. And as you breathe out, be grateful. This can be your last breath. Be grateful. Continue, breathe in 5 more rounds. Feel your body, feel your stomach, feel your chest. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. The breath is like a masu. Allow it to fill every cell of your body. And breathe out. Two more rounds. Consciously breathe in. Even if you have to fake it, have a smile on your face. Fill up your chest. And breathe out. Relax your chest. Relax your navel. Final round. Breathe in. And breathe out. Keep your eyes closed and bring your hands on your laps. Keep your body still, palms facing the sky. And observe the sensations in the body, any warmth, any tingling. Observe your breath. Take a few deeper breaths from your navel. Relax your stomach muscles. Long, deep breath in. And let go. Another long, deep breath in. And let go. And slowly and gradually become aware of your surroundings, become aware of your own body. And we may gently open the eyes. How was your experience?
Raise your hand so that we can unmute you, please.
Dr. Priyanka, you want to unmute and share your experience, a few words?
Yes, please. Mukesh Chandra Joshi ji is saying, ultimate, sir, thank you so much.
Okay.
I think Mandarji, you can read the interactions. Trilochan Jina ji saying relaxing.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So my question to you is, what happened when you took those deep inhale and exhale? Anybody wants to share any observation at the body level? Mind level, you felt the calm, the relaxation, right? You felt it. At the body level, did you feel anything that you feel you want to share?
Anybody wants to share? We can unmute you. Please mention. Apala ji, Priyanka ji. Priyanka ji, do you want to share your? Yeah, Priyanka ji को unmute कर दीजिए, please.
माइंड लेवल पे आंसर्स आपका बराबर है, ऐसे ही होना चाहिए. क्वाइट relaxing, comforting, slowing down. Yeah, this is at the mind level. Body level, anybody had any observation at the level of the body?
Anybody?
Yeah, hi, I could unmute now.
Yeah,
I
please.
felt a little tingling initially, but now I feel like little easy. Bodily, I'm feeling little relaxed. And like you said, mind pe to I was feeling much relaxed, but bodily, I'm feeling very light.
Okay, great experience. I want you to put your hands back again. And now don't close your eyes. And take deep breaths and notice, look down and see what happens. Okay, put your hand on the chest, right hand, left hand on the belly. And don't close your eyes. Take the breath in and notice what happens with your eyes open. Don't close your eyes and look down, not at me, look down. You will see that when you breathe in, your stomach bloats, it goes outward. Then the chest diaphragm fills. And then when you breathe out, the chest diaphragm will collapse. And then you can pull your navel inside, belly inside. Did you notice this? Yeah, you are not putting any effort, right? This is what happened. Now, when somebody is stressed, like these gangsters, the cops, their breath pattern is exactly opposite. When you ask them to breathe, their stomach, instead of bloating, will be pulled in. Chest will go out. And when you say breathe out, chest will go and belly will come out. Okay, so through this exercise, you can reset your body and how the body should actually breathe. If you notice a young infant, right? How is the infant breathing? Right? So this exercise will help you recalibrate your breathing pattern. And the second thing what you can do, today only you can do as homework, is when the lights are out, you're in your pajama, lights are off, blankets on you, you put your hands in these two positions and you take 10 deep breaths in and out. And see whether it helps you fall asleep faster, better, more effective. Yeah, so this is the homework for today. Is remember we started with भगवान मेरे को ये सब नेगेटिविटी लेके नहीं सोना है, क्या करना है वो भी मैं बता रहा हूँ. ये ब्रीदिंग एक्सरसाइज से आप बच्चे की तरह सो जाओगे. Right? So who will do it? You are breathing anyway. You don't need my permission.
I'm sure they all will do it, sir.
I do
Yes,
Surya
Mukesh.
Pranayam every day. Yeah, good. Very good.
Yeah.
In the next session, we will go deeper. This was just an introduction and this was just making you aware of the theory. So now I would like to, in the last 10 minutes, I would like to hear on the chat, what do you retain from the session today? So type
Dear
out.
participants, you can type also, and if there's anybody who wants to share it and has a query, you can please let us know. We'll unmute you. Asim Kirketa ji, Kenny, very pleasant to hear you, sir.
Breathing patterns. Yeah. So different emotions, different breathing patterns. And reverse is also true, right? Preeti Joshi. Using the breath, we can manage our emotions. You got a clue of it through this breath exercise that we shared, right? That yes, by taking a time out, you can use your breath to be centered and calm very quickly. Nobody's permission needed. Okay. Any other thing that you remember? We talked a lot. It's been almost 60 minutes of talking. You watched a film trailer, you watched some work in LA. What else you remember? We have to respond rather than react. Yeah, it's better that you learn how to respond. Otherwise, you will impact your health and also your relationships. If you are reactive, most people will say, I don't want to be near you. Inner world always controls. Yeah. Mental and physical, both types of health are essential. We work on body, but not our mind, which is wrong. Okay, now Vikasji, can you remind me the 7 levels of existence? Because mind is only one level of existence. We don't work on other levels of existence. So you can add to it. Okay, 2 more minutes.
Is there any question also? Any dear participants? We would love to. Okay, Mukesh Chandra ji ne kuch
We
likha
are
hai.
living in a chaotic world. You have to open the route to yes, correct. Correct. Okay, let me ask a question, and this can be homework for next time. Let's say I tell you you are standing on a street. Okay, you are standing at the corner of an intersection, and the light turns green, and traffic starts moving. In most cities in India, you don't need light turning green. These two-wheelers these days don't respect, so ignore them for a while. You're standing, you see the light turn green and the cars move. Now, what is the physics? Yeah, what is the physics that convinces you that yes, there is movement? Cars are moving. Your eyes are open, your ears are open. Cars will move when there is green light. Traffic jam nahi hai. Cars will move. But iska physics kya hai? What is the physics behind this conviction that yes, traffic moved? Anybody here? Anybody? Okay, that will be the homework for today. Is you will have to physics, you have to explain. Now I'll give you the answer, but you still have to explain to me next time. You can only say that traffic moved because you are not moving with respect to the traffic. This is called Einstein's theory of relativity. That in order to detect movement, you have to have something stationary with respect to the movement. For example, if two trains are moving at the same speed and you look out of one window to the other train, you will see no movement. So in order to detect movement, you need a reference point that is not moving. Only then you can say, yes, Gadi is moving. If this is clear to you, this is physics 101, theory of relativity 101. If this is clear to you, have you observed your body has changed over the years? Have you noticed that your mind, your feelings, your emotions change? Your thoughts change? If the answer is yes, That means there is something in you that is not changing. It is observing. It is witnessing that yes, एक thought आया, दूसरा thought आया, तीसरा thought आया, चौथा thought आया. Sometimes I'm feeling sad, sometimes I'm angry, sometimes I'm happy. If you have noticed this, that means there is something in you that is not changing. Only then you can say, yes, I experienced thoughts change, feelings change, body changed. That is called self. That is called your true nature. So yes, I do have a body, but I am not the body. I have a mind, I have thoughts, but I am not those thoughts. I am the observer to the thoughts. This is the highest wisdom you can learn. There is no other wisdom, including everything that you are teaching, that compares to this highest wisdom. Who am I? I have the body, but I am not the body. I have a mind, but I am not the mind. I have an intellect. I do have judgments, but I'm not my judgments. I have memories. I have traumas of the past, but hey, I'm not those traumas. When this realization comes to you, I am not, I am not, I am not, what remains is yourself, your true identity. Yeah, and then you become free. When you realize all this, मैं नहीं हूं, मैं नहीं हूं, मैं नहीं हूं, मैं नहीं हूं, जो बचता है वो मैं हूं. ये जिसको रियलाइजेशन हो जाता है उसको बोलते हैं सेल्फ रियलाइज्ड पर्सन. उसको कभी गुस्सा नहीं आएगा, वो सबके साथ प्रेम, एक लेवल का प्रेम करेगा, उसको कहते हैं एनलाइटेंड पर्सन. और वो पोटेंशियल सब में है, आप में है, मुझ में है, और वो मोमेंट सबको आते हैं, ऐसे नहीं कि नहीं आते हैं. अगर आता ही नहीं होता तो आप ये समझ ही नहीं पाते. Right? So that experience of love, unconditional love, you have absolutely had. And that is what happens when we are stress-free, when we have managed our mind, emotion, intellect, memory, ego. That beautiful person is you. And that requires the work in progress. And you educators, because you have a ripple effect, you can integrate this knowledge to get people curious. Right? Otherwise, our younger generation is getting spoiled. Spoiled भी नहीं बोल सकते हैं, distracted. So it is our responsibility as educators to make sure that this wisdom of India, we need to learn. It is universal. It improves health, well-being for all. And it is our responsibility, whether NEP is there or not, I don't care. I can integrate it in my history lesson. Guys, just आंखें बंद करो, ये हाथ इधर रखो, ये हाथ उधर रखो, रिलैक्स करो 2 मिनट, कैसा लग रहा है, अच्छा लग रहा है ना, अभी पढ़ते हैं. ये कोई भी कर सकता है, सिर्फ मन में थॉट आना चाहिए कि मुझे ऐसा करना है. मेरा भी 2 मिनट का पीस आ जाता है उसमें, सेल्फिशली करना है, मेरा लाइफ भी स्ट्रेसफुल है गाइस. That educator that connects with the students, that guys, your life is stressful, my life is also stressful, let's keep our eyes closed for 2 minutes. That will differentiate you from being a good teacher or an average teacher. Is how you connect with your students. Do you connect with the space of love? With the space of, I am just like you, my dear friends. I'm just 30 years ago, I was on the other side, I was on the bench. Yeah, that humbleness will connect you to the student. And that is the beautiful teacher. Great. We'll continue this next time.
Yes,
we'll go much deeper.
Mandarji, I think I don't have words to express. You can already see your reactions, the reactions of our participants, and I'm already getting some reactions on my phone also. And it was a wonderful session. I would say that you're doing a very noble job. It's not a job. I shouldn't be calling a job. I think unless and until you don't have a calling from inside, you can't do it. And the background that you're coming from, and the most important thing is that you are an ambassador of Indian wisdom, our wisdom, because I remember since you're based in America and you travel so much. Martin Luther King, I think he once said that when I travel to any other country, I travel as a tourist. But when I come to India, I come as if I'm coming for some religious tour. You know,
he said I'm coming here as a seeker.
And that is because it's the land of Gandhi, where peace, love, non-violence exist. Not I think Vikas Sharma has a complaint. He's saying I was not unmuted. Vikas ji, I think I'll just quickly take your last comments. Vikas ji को नाराज ना करें हम. विकास जी, आप जल्दी से इनको अनम्यूट करिए आप जी.
हम तो मात्र किराएदार है जो किराए के मकान शरीर में रहते हैं और सांसों को किराया देते हैं. सांसें पूरी होने पर शरीर छोड़ देते हैं. हमारा अपना कुछ नहीं है. वाह वाह वाह.
हाँ, उनको
नहीं, पर
शिकायत
उन्होंने
है.
जो लिखा है वो तो ताली बजाने वाला है.
ब्यूटीफुल. विकास जी को अनम्यूट करिए. विकास जी, जल्दी से आप अपने फीलिंग्स हमसे शेयर करिए. देन आई विल कंक्लूड बिकॉज वी आर ऑलरेडी क्रॉस द टाइम लिमिट. विकास जी,
थैंक यू वेरी मच मैम एंड सर, ये मौका दिया आपने.
आप अपना
फेस दिखाओ. आप
आप अपना खूबसूरत चेहरा भी दिखाइए हमको प्लीज.
जी खूबसूरत नहीं है लेकिन फिर भी दिखा देता हूँ.
नहीं
अरे नहीं खूबसूरत
प्लीज.
How you think?
Yes, Vikas ji, thank you.
बोलिए.
Please, quickly.
That's I told in my chat that we always pay attention on our body, not our mind. So whatever you told us about the mind and their layers and everything, they are interconnected also, I think. Whatever I think that the mind, intellect, and all other things, all 7 levels, they are interconnected. So everything in this world, everything is interconnected. We are in oneness. We are in one word, and we always think about our Vishwaguru, Rabindranath Tagore. He was talking about one word, one Atma. So everything is one. There is oneness in each and everything. So our minds are also one. The universe is one. The earth is one. Humanity is one. Mind is one. Everything is one. So this is the only thing that I want to say.
आप मुझे लिंक्डइन पे ऐड करिए और मैं जो कर रहा हूँ उसमें जुड़ जाइए. आपके जैसे बहुत लोग चाहिए मुझे.
जी.
गैंगस्टर्स को मिलना है तो मैं मिला सकता हूँ. अगर वो टीचर बन सकता है, आप भी बन सकते हैं. आप ऑलरेडी टीचर जैसे बात भी कर रहे हैं.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, विकास जी. उम्मीद है अब आपको हमसे शिकायत नहीं होगी.
नहीं.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think we will also have another session with Mandar ji later in the program next week. So homework. So till then we will continue.
Homework is to take the hands on the chest and the navel, 10 breaths every night. Sleep peacefully for next 7 days. I would like your feedback after 7 days of daily practice. Did it help you sleep better? And if you like it, you do 2 times a day. First thing in the morning, before you go brush your teeth, sit up straight, do this 2 minutes for yourself. And last thing in the evening, before you go bed. All the best, guys. See you next week.
Thank you. Mandar ji, I have to deliver the official thanks to you because ये जिम्मेदारी है हमारी. So yeah. So I think before conveying my thanks to you from the entire team, for our entire team, and I just want to tell you, Mandar ji, that our principal sir, Professor Gyantosh Kumar Jha sir, का ये स्पेशली ये एक हम लोग का ये था कि हम लोग उनका एक इरादा था कि हम लोग इस टॉपिक पे जो है जोर दें और इस टॉपिक पे माइंडफुलनेस और स्ट्रेस फ्री. सर इज ऑलरेडी देयर. यू कैन Mandar ji, you can see our principal sir is there, Professor Gyantosh Kumar Jha sir. He's there, and he makes it a point to be in the most of the session. He is there, he's present, and we cannot thank him enough for that. And thank you so much for taking out time and sharing your knowledge, because your practical knowledge and academic knowledge and the background that you're working is very important for us, because we are academics and we only know theories and practices, but how to implement those tools that this refresher course is going to equip us with stress management and holistic learning. On that note, एक शेर मुझे याद आया विकास जी की बात पे, और मैं उम्मीद करती हूँ कि बाकी पार्टिसिपेंट्स की भी यही इमोशंस होंगे इस लेक्चर के बाद। ये जिगर मुरादाबादी का शेर है, प्रिंसिपल साहब जानते हैं कि उनका जो फर्ज है वो अहले सियासत जाने, उनका जो फर्ज है वो अहले सियासत जाने, मेरा पैगाम मोहब्बत है जहां तक पहुंचे, मेरा पैगाम मोहब्बत है जहां तक पहुंचे। एंड thanking you for doing such a noble job of bringing peace, happiness, love, compassion, and most important, making people aware of their inner self. And mujhe jo my takeaway I can only say is that from today, that realizing your own potential, self enlightenment, love unconditionally, I think that is very important. On that note, I cannot thank you enough. Thank you for joining us and giving us such enlightenment. Sir, आप कुछ ऐड करना चाहेंगे, प्रिंसिपल सर?
ठीक है, आपने बोल दिया, बहुत अच्छा। मैं थैंक यू बोलना चाहता हूँ, बहुत अच्छा सेशन था, वंडरफुल
सर,
सेशन।
मैं आपसे एक फ्रॉम अ पेरेंट्स हार्ट टू यू, the world is looking for people who can create a trusting space, and educator is that person that creates a space of love and trust from which knowledge, wisdom will flow. And we often assume the educator is stress-free when we send our kids to school or college. So thank you for taking that initiative to bring educators and for me to share a little bit about what I have learned.
Thank you.
I look forward to the next week, and
I will also attend in the next week.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Principal Sir. Thank you, Professor Vinita Tuli. Thank you, Professor Anjali Gupta. And thank you, my technical team, Abid ji, Amit ji, and all the dear participants. It's not possible for me to take everybody's name, but my heart and my feelings and my thanks with all of you. Thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow. We conclude for today with a positive approach that we are going to meet tomorrow and have another enlightening day of different wonderful expert session. Thank you so much. Jai Hind. Thank you.